Blog Talk Radio.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. This is the Choppin It Up Show, brought to you by the Marching Podcast and Blog Talk Radio. I'm your official Marching Podcast announcer, David Thompson, and here's your host, the Phantom Podcaster himself, Joe Beard.
Good evening and welcome to Choppin It Up. I am your host, Joe Beard, and I am happy to be of service for you tonight. Today is June 4th, 2013, 6 o'clock on the West Coast and 9 o'clock on the East Coast. This is our new time slot for Choppin It Up, 6 o'clock Pacific time. We are going to change Choppin It Up so it will always broadcast at this time to you every week. Try to make it always the second Tuesday of the month or some Tuesday of the month. But we introduced June this month, and we appreciate your support. I know it's late over there on the East Coast, but we appreciate you listening anyway. We welcome June to our broadcast, the summer of 2013. New ideas are rolling in for the fall and for the network, so we are happy to be with you and just happy to have the Marching Podcast doing as well as it is. At the end of this broadcast, if you decide you like the show, then we appreciate a donation to the network if you feel so in your heart, of course. Just simply go to themarchingpodcast.com, click on the donate button to improve the show and to build our scholarship fund. Tonight, we chop it up with William Thomas. I met William over Facebook and found out that, he later marched in the Boone. And I believe it was back in the Dow Taylor era. And he's also a member of the Texas Brass Band. Now, for all the people that actually march in the marching band back in the day, everyone has dreams of actually playing their horn, in your professional life or as an adult. And there are a few people that actually, get a chance to do it and actually mean something. Well, the Texas Brass Band actually exemplifies that. I'll read their motto here. The Texas Brass Band combines influences of jazz, R&B, and hip-hop music into one unique sound. The Texas Brass Band, in many ways, mirrors the tradition established over 100 years ago by New Orleans Olympia Brass Band. The Texas Brass Band pays homage to the traditional New Orleans second-line style in many of their shows. But that doesn't define who they are. They are true to the spirit of their predecessors, but as music has involved over 100+ years of varying influence, so has the music of the Texas Brass Band. So check out TexasBrassBand.com, their website, and you can check out all what they are about. So this will be a podcast, but we are now accepting calls now. So if you would like to, voice your opinion about the show or about the upcoming interview, you can call in at 718-664-6025. You can email the show at marchingpodcast@gmail.com, tweet us at marchingpodcast, or follow our blog, blog4.themarchingpodcast.com. Let's take this time to hear from our sponsors. Tonight's show is brought to you by Liquid Effects Photography, Block Band Music, Bandhead.org, Universal Credit Sources, and Big Deal Fundraising. Let's take the time to hear from them now.
Is your credit score keeping you from buying a home, a car, starting a business, or getting a job? Is your score keeping you from living the life you want? Well, look no further than Universal Credit Sources. UCS can help with charge-offs, collections, late payments, bankruptcy, foreclosure, debt settlement, tax liens, and more. Our program is affordable with results in as little as 40 days. Call now for your free 10-minute consultation with Senior Credit Analyst and Loan Officer Angie B. Call her direct line at 469-362-9904. That's 469-362-9904. Or check out the website at universalcreditsources.com. Universal Credit Sources, for anything that's hurting your credit score. Are you thinking of tying the knot, having a party, or celebrating that special time in your life? To capture these special moments, call Liquid Effects Photography and take advantage of our 10 years of quality and experience. Liquid Effects Photography covers most of the Midwestern U.S. and will travel even farther on request. Call us at 773-454-5556. That's 773-454-5556. Or check out our website, liquideffects.com. That's LIQUIDEFFEX.com. Come experience the uniqueness of Liquid Effects Photography. Block Band is a minority-owned music business that you can think of as your assistant band director. We help grow your musicians with a great selection of traditional concert band music. Then we back up their performance with necessities like reeds, oil, drum heads, drumsticks, and mallets. Finally, we outfit your players and auxiliary in shoes, spats, and gloves that match our precise custom drills. Got band? If so, then Block Band's got you. Check blockbandmusic.com or call us at 919-698-2560. That's blockbandmusic.com, 919-698-2560. Attention high school directors and alumni. Does your band need to raise money to travel, buy instruments, or uniforms? Are you looking to raise money to help your band? Well, Big Deal Fundraising is rapidly becoming one of the largest distributors of fundraising products in the industry. Big Deal is based in New York City and ships anywhere in the United States, offering quality products, fast delivery, and innovative consultation that will help you meet your fundraising goals. Call today at 855-244-4430 or visit us at BigDealFundraisingUSA.com. Big Deal Fundraising, your fundraising partner for your band or music ensemble. What if there was a Facebook for bands? Wait a minute, there is. Bandhead.org. Bandhead.org is a social network for HBCU show bands. You can create your own profile and post videos, photos, and comments on Bandhead.org. Need somewhere to post events, audition schedules, job postings? Check out bandhead.org. Are you recruiting for talent? Go to bandhead.org. And coming this fall, HBCUbands.com. Write that down, HBCUbands.com.
Okay, excuse me. Okay, we're back. We appreciate always hearing from our sponsors that allow us to do the things we do here on the Marching Podcast Network. We're ready to chop it up with William. Seeing the pictures of the Texas Brass Band, I'm sure that it's fun to see these old guys doing their thing. And I bet you it's fun to even be in the band, just to keep that marching band beast alive inside of you. So it's great to see these guys still representing. You guys go out and we'll give the information on how you get in contact with the Texas Brass Band so you guys can book them for your next party or event. So without further ado, let's chop it up with William Thomas. All right, you are now chopping it up with one of the members of the Texas Brass Band and one of the illustrious alumni of the Sonic Boom of the South, Mr. William Thomas. What's going on today, William?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. I really appreciate your time today of being on the show. I saw you on Facebook, and I know you represent really well with what you were doing. And not too long ago, you came out with your website for the Texas Brass Band, so I really wanted to make sure I got a hold of you for an interview so we could talk about that. So let's get right into it. Where are you from, man?
Man, I was born and raised in Houston, Texas, and I went to high school at Woodridge High School in Houston, Texas.
Okay. Yeah, that actually went right into my next question. I was going to ask you where you went to high school. So being down south, I know it's a lot of band exposure. What would you say was your first exposure to the show style marching?
Well, growing up in Houston, man, I was exposed to Texas Southern when Benjamin Butler was the head band director and Sam Jackson arranging, and then them out and kind of listen to, the sound and watch them practice, man. And back then, most of the SWAC bands had real good bands, so, it was really competitive, man.
Right. I heard that, man. So, you ended up marching at Jackson State. Is that correct?
Right. I crashed in 1990.
Okay. Shout out to the 1990 class. I know my cousin, Charles Jeffrey Beard, we were just talking about him. I know he was a crab of 1990. So that's actually really cool. So being from Houston and being right there with Texas Southern, what made you pick Jackson State?
Well, what actually happened was in 1988, Mr. Thornton, who was the brass instructor at Texas Southern, he came and became the head band director at my high school at Willow Ridge. And when he did that, it just kind of, took the fire of me going to Texas Southern, and I did my research, and it came down to Florida A&M, Jackson State. As far as music programs, to Jackson State, that music program was ranked really high, so I wanted to go to school for music, and I had narrowed it down, and then Jackson State gave me a scholarship, so once they gave me the scholarship, that was it.
Yeah, I know exactly what that's like, man. I mean, somebody give you a scholarship, that make all the difference in the world, man. So, other than the scholarship, was there a specific memory that made you select that school? Because I know, like you said, like you were thinking about FAM and some of the other schools. What made you put Jackson State like in your list of nominations?
Well, actually, that was really the only thing, because believe it or not, I had never seen Jackson State. You know what I mean? I had never physically seen Jackson State. I had always seen Prairie View and Texas Southern. I saw Alcorn come down here, and they played Texas Southern one time. I had seen those bands live, but I had never seen the Sonic Boom. But when I talked to Mr. Taylor on, over the phone, and then I got accepted, and then I was looking over the curriculum. I was like, man, this is gonna be nice. And when I got down there, we did Motown 30, and we did the NBA All-Star Game, and that was just like a magical year for the Sonic Boom.
Yeah, that was, man, because, man, I remember, a lot of Jackson State folks will tell you they remember that Motown 30. I mean, my dad, of course, that was the days of VCR, too. So I know we had that taped, and my dad used to rewind that and watch that like 400 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. Hey, but what people don't understand, man, like in 90, when I got in there, man, we had like 36 trombone players. So, they only picked like the top 16 out the band. They cut the band in half to go do that show.
Wow.
And it was some head cutting in there, man, because they would, what Mr. Taylor did was even before that, like when they were picking shows, they would put your squad on the board, and if, let's say, out of 36 trombones, we only marched 24 on the field. So if somebody thought they could beat you playing, they would put their name next to yours, and then you would go upstairs and audition in front of the band directors.
Wow.
So, when we went to Motown, they cut it to the top 16, so, everybody was in practice rooms trying to chop heads, man. It was real competitive, man.
Wow, that's a trip, because it gets competitive just on like away games. People trying to worry about making their spot on their away games, but I'm sure with that Motown 30, because it was legendary. Not only are we still talking about it, but I know in 1990 I knew then I might go to Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? I was in St. Louis, Missouri, and I was like, okay, this is one of the places I might go to school, just by seeing that performance. You're right. It was just a magical year. I'll just never forget that. And that was also the time when BET also televised a lot more of the games. And Jackson State was on there. That Jackson State Tennessee State game was on BET every year, like almost.
Yeah, I think the lady that was over BET was an alumni of Jackson State.
Oh, okay.
I can't recall her name. That's why I know we stayed on BET, man.
Yeah, man. And I remember my cousin was actually on. Jeff was he was actually on one time. I think it was when you guys were playing Texas Southern. Did you play Texas Southern for homecoming that year? Yeah.
And we pulled that man out on the 50-yard line and put him in the ambulance.
Yeah.
We got a uniform from Lamik High School, maroon and gray like Texas Southern.
Right. And you guys put him on in the electric chair too, I think. Yeah, man. I remember that. See, that is that type of stuff that made me. I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna go to Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? Other than the sound, it was just definitely that showmanship. So that's really cool that you were actually a part of that band, a part of that era. And now Dow Taylor is now the band director again.
Yeah, that's big.
It is.
That's huge, man.
It is, man, because I can tell the difference with them on the field. They look different. Mr. Duplessis isn't there anymore, so, Dow Taylor came in there and cleaned up the field stuff. Okay, so you went and marched in the Boom. What was your major when you were at Jackson State?
Man, I was at first I was undecided, and then I became a music major.
Okay.
But I ended up graduating from University of Houston. I left Jackson State in '93, and I ended up coming to Houston and finishing at University of Houston.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. Like, finished up. You finished up. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters. So, at a music major now, are you currently working in the music field?
Yeah, I'm the assistant band director at Madison High School, James Madison High School. That's the same high school the quarterback Vince Young went to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and through working with Vince Young and people like that, man, I had a job. I'm also an arranger. I've arranged for Texas Southern, Grambling, Jackson State. I wrote some stuff for Jackson State in '06, Deja Vu, and Torn in Between the Two. Also, I had a chance to write for the University of Texas when they went to the Rose Bowl.
Wow.
Yeah, and they played USC. So I wrote about 4 or 5 songs for them.
Okay. Now was that the year that Texas was in the national championship?
Yeah, that was that Rose Bowl game where they beat USC with Reggie Bush.
Yeah, and at the end.
I actually wrote Draped Up and Dripped Out, June 27th. They played that for when the team came out, because Vince Young went to Madison High School, and that's predominantly black school, so what kind of band we had. We imitate SWAC band.
Oh, okay.
And so I had talked to the band director, and I was like, man, it would be really cool if you guys played some stuff that would get the players crunk, and he said, man, well, just send me an invoice, and the rest was history. So it wasn't televised, but a lot of people I knew that were at the game was like, man, Texas played June 27th, and that's how. Because I was watching the game, I was like, man, I didn't hear it, but I mean, they paid me for it, so
right.
I was like, I wasn't tripping, but when I found out, they said what happened was when the team came out for warm-ups, that's when they played it, before, the cameras were really, showing the game and stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, we were, it's been a lot of discussion about that, just here and there, about just hearing other predominantly white schools, play these type of songs, because I mean, pretty much the band people, no matter who you are, like what color you are, no one wants your performance to be the time when people go to the bathroom or people go take a break from the game, So
right.
Getting the team crunk and, being actually a part of the experience, being a part of the game, that's advantageous for the football players. I remember.
We influence everybody, man. It's whack. the SWAC enemy at, a black college, we influence a lot of, it's just like hip-hop. We influence a lot of other races. They want to do what we do. We just need to learn that, how to channel it, man, and keep it professional. A lot of people, they write those arrangements and stuff, but they don't get paid for them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's deep, man. That's deep. So that's actually getting right into, how I got in contact with you, and that's the Texas Brass Band. Really enjoy what you guys are doing. You guys got the Twitter and the web page going on now. So how did the Texas Brass Band start? Like, how did it come into existence?
Man, the Texas Brass Band is actually a spinoff of that. When they had Katrina, there was a lot of people were displaced here in Houston, and so I met up with this guy named Emmanuel Stive. He went to St. Aug. He played baritone in the Ocean, like 86. And he was an original soul rebel. And he came down here. He was like, man, he knew Mr. Thornton, who was my high school band director. He was like, man, I want to get some of the top players in Houston, and I want to start a brass band. So one of the people they called was me, and I was like, I don't want to join the band. I just want to go and meet Stive, because he was like a legend, at TSU. I remember him playing the baritone and just being a monster on that thing. So I was just like, I don't want to be a part of it. And then I just want to go over here and check it out. So I got over there and we kind of clicked, man. And he started a band called Angel Lane Brass Band. And Angel Lane is actually a subdivision that Oprah Winfrey built here in Houston.
Wow.
For Katrina people.
Wow. Okay.
She built a whole entire neighborhood. Nobody really knew about it, because I work at Madison, and she came to Madison. I didn't even know she was there. They put all of the people that were going to get houses, they put them in the auditorium, and they hushed Oprah into the auditorium, man, and she gave those people like fully furnished houses,
wow,
the keys and everything. So he was one of those people. So that he named the band Angel Lane Brass Band, and then after some time we did some work, but his thing was, well, I want y'all to listen to Rebirth, I want y'all to listen to Soul Rebels, I want y'all to listen to whoever the little bands are coming out of New Orleans, and I want y'all to, we're going to copy this style. But most of the people he had in the band, we come from Texas, which most of us play in jazz band, like big band, structured.
Right.
So we would be in practice, man, and he'd say, okay, you play this, now you play this, now you play this. And it just took so long to me, you know what I'm saying? So I said, man, well, I'll arrange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring some arrangements, and we'll just play that. So after a while, we had a couple of disagreements or whatever. So I said, man, I'm going to start my own band.
Okay.
And I said, I want to represent Texas and the Texas style. I'm not trying to do, New Orleans, because they have a market for that. Those bands do that really well. You know what I'm saying? And we play a few, New Orleans cuts, like Take It to the Streets or When the Saints and, Let Your Mind Be Free. We do we do that because anytime some people see brass band, they want to hear that.
Right.
So for the most part, we do like Earth, Wind and Fire, Tower of Power. We do funk. We straight funk band.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, who would you say? I guess. Okay, so he got it started with the name and doing all that. So, were there any other obstacles that you had to go through when you were launching Texas Brass Band?
Well, I mean, we've had personnel come through the band, and we practice every Tuesday night at Texas Southern. The first thing was getting a place to practice.
Okay.
And then I talked to Ricky Lee. I'm real good friends with Ricky Lee. He's the band director at Texas Southern. Shout out to TSU because we've been practicing over there for at least, this will be our 6th year in existence. So we've been there at least 5 years.
Wow.
You know, and with my band, man, we're a little different. You know, you can go to the website, TexasBrassBand.com, and check it out. We wear uniforms. We do dance routines. We've done shows all over Texas. We've never been out of Texas yet. Still trying to bust open that market, you know, hit maybe Vegas and Louisiana. But we've actually shared the stage with people like Hiroshima, Ruben Studdard, Rochelle Farrell. What's the guy name? I can't remember that sings My Life in the Sunshine.
I'm sitting here about to say Mary J. Blige, but that ain't the original, man.
She redid it.
Right. Right. That lost my mind too.
Yeah, I forget, but we've done quite a few things. We actually battled Richburg, and on crowd response we won. But to me, it was just cool sharing the stage with them guys, man. Cause like backstage, everybody just, we was just kicking it, man, kind of hanging, trading war stories and stuff, man. And it's been a real ride. It's been a real good ride for us, man. I think, around this year and maybe next year, man, you should start hearing a lot of good things about us, though.
Okay, well, that actually kind of rolls up to my next question. I was going to ask you what has been your most memorable experience so far with the Texas Brass Band?
The most memorable experience, man, actually, man, the one thing that kind of sticks out was my band director, Mr. Thornton, that actually kind of like got most of this together behind the scenes just by who he knew, because that was the one thing that mostly everybody in my band, we all kind of know Mr. Thornton. He passed away in 2009.
Okay.
And we got to do his funeral, and that was just really, I wrote a cut, Going Up Yonder. That was one of his favorite cuts, and we played that, and the choir sang, and then we went to his gravesite and did a second line. So, to me, that was like, I don't care if we go get a Grammy or wherever we go, that was like the biggest show to me, for somebody that really influenced the way I play and approach different, sides of music to have to play for his funeral. So that was like maybe the most memorable thing so far.
Well, that's cool. Well, we're getting close to the end of the interview. Right quick, I want to throw, is there a frustrating part or is there a bad part of Texas Brass Band?
Not really, man, because, if you go on the website and kind of do a background check, most of us are professionals, and as the leader, I think the worst part is having to, coming to people and be like, look, man, I'm going to have to dock you for not wearing the right T-shirt under your shirt. Or, I think a lot of stuff I learned when I was in the Sonic Boom, like as far as uniformity, Mr. Taylor would have us, he would have, all of us we had to wear the same T-shirt. We had to have blue pants on under the uniform. So if your pants split and you're on BET, you don't have a big something red under your pants or white, you got the same blue as your pants, so it don't even look like it's split. I take some of that same stuff and I incorporate it with my, with the brass band, man. So we, everybody has to be on time. We have to be an hour early to all the gigs, and we pray before after every practice and before every gig. So we really don't have too many problems, man. The hardest part is dealing with people that want you to do stuff for free. That's the hardest part of it.
Well, that's what's up. Man. I really enjoyed talking to you, man. I was really excited to see what you were doing. That's why I really made sure that I got a hold of you so we could do the interview. We go ahead and can we let all the listeners know, all the people that want to support the Texas Brass Band. I know you guys got a Twitter and a website. Could you go ahead and give us all that information so we can inform the listeners so we can start supporting Texas Brass Band?
Okay, yeah, that's TexasBrassBand.com. That's our official website. Kicking brass, taking names. Then we have the Twitter @TexasBrassBand, and then you can hit us on Facebook @Texas Brass Band. So it's all Texas Brass Band.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely easy to remember. And Texas Brass Band, all one word for everything. Right. Okay, that's what's up, man. Well, I really appreciate your time. Really appreciate you. And right quick, man, the people in the Texas Brass Band, did they all march in historically black college bands?
Man, everybody in Texas Brass is SWAC certified. We have John Washington from Florida, Pensacola, Florida. I think he crabbed in the ocean at 86 on trumpet. And we have Dwight Cawthorn. He's from Dallas. He crabbed in the ocean, I want to say 87 on trombone. Chris Rose, he went to Willow Ridge and he graduated from Prairie View on trombone. I can't remember. I think he's 2000. He's younger than all of us, 2000 something.
Okay.
And then Mr. Jones went to Alcorn. We have Rennie Hughes on tuba. He went to Prairie View. We have Deontay Deese, Texas Southern. And we have Wendell Tilford. He went to Southern. He actually crabbed at 89.
Wow.
And, Marcellus Jones. He didn't. Okay, Marcellus. He just went to Jack Yates High School. He didn't march in the SWAC or anything. And we have Sean Torres. He went to Prairie View and he was box section leader. He's the only Hispanic guy in the group.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
The last but not least, we have Ricky Duncan. He's a principal out here at one of the schools, Duquesne High School. He plays trombone.
Okay. All right, well, I appreciate your time, man. And like you said, everything is Texas Brass Band. So you guys go ahead and start supporting the Texas Brass Band. I really appreciate your time today, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man. Keep doing the good work, man.
All right. All right, excuse me. All right, we're back. We want to appreciate William and the Texas Brass Band. It was really cool doing the interview with him. And, just hearing just from the old school and just how he's doing his things now and how it rolling into, what they're doing now. We're going to take this time before we sign off to the end of the show to hear from our sponsors one last time. We have some time open for some calls. You're welcome to call in if you're out there listening at 718-664-6025, 718-664-6025. This is Choppin' It Up, brought to you by the Marching Podcast and Blog Talk Radio. Thanks for listening. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor to the show, please contact the show and we'll give you the criteria so we can start to pub your business using our platform. We will play your commercial and we will post your website on our blog. And we'll help send out your information through social media, etc., etc. So just contact you so we can help build your business. Now let's hear from our sponsors one last time.
What if there was a Facebook for bands? Wait a minute, there is, bandhead.org. Bandhead.org is a social network for HBCU show bands. You can create your own profile and post videos, photos, and comments on bandhead.org. Need somewhere to post events, audition schedules, job postings? Check out bandhead.org. Are you recruiting for talent? Go to bandhead.org. And coming this fall, HBCUbands.com. Write that down, HBCUbands.com. Attention high school directors and alumni. Does your band need to raise money to travel, buy instruments, or uniforms? Are you looking to raise money to help your band? Well, Big Deal Fundraising is rapidly becoming one of the largest distributors of fundraising products in the industry. Big Deal is based in New York City and ships anywhere in the United States, offering quality products, fast delivery, and innovative consultation that will help you meet your fundraising goals. Call today at 855-244-4430 or visit us at BigDealFundraisingUSA.com. Big Deal Fundraising, your fundraising partner for your band or music ensemble. Block Band is a minority-owned music business that you can think of as your assistant band director. We help grow your musicians with a great selection of traditional concert band music. Then we back up their performance with necessities like reeds, oil, drum heads, drumsticks, and mallets. Finally, we outfit your players in auxiliary and shoes, spats, and gloves that match our precise custom drills. Got band? If so, then Block Band's got you. Check blockbandmusic.com or call us at 919-698-2560. That's blockbandmusic.com, 919-698-2560. Are you thinking of tying the knot, having a party, or celebrating that special time in your life? To capture these special moments, call Liquid Effects Photography and take advantage of our 10 years of quality and experience. Liquid Effects Photography covers most of the Midwestern U.S. and will travel even farther on request. Call us at 773-454-5556. That's 773-454-5556. Or check out our website, liquideffects.com. That's LIQUIDEFFEX.com. Come experience the uniqueness of Liquid Effects Photography. Is your credit score keeping you from buying a home, a car, starting a business, or getting a job? Is your score keeping you from living the life you want? Well, look no further than Universal Credit Sources. UCS can help with charge-offs, collections, late payments, bankruptcy, foreclosure, debt settlement, tax liens, and more. Our program is affordable with results in as little as 40 days. Call now for your free 10-minute consultation with Senior Credit Analyst and Loan Officer Angie B. Call her direct line at 469-362-9904. That's 469-362-9904. Or check out the website at universalcreditsources.com. Universal Credit Sources for anything that's hurting your credit score. Are you ready for this year's College Battle of the Bands? Are you ready for some in-depth analysis on your school's band and dialogue about the battles they're fighting? Well, look no further than the 90 Degree Show, brought to you by the Marching Podcast and Blog Talk Radio. Every Sunday during the college football season at 8 p.m. Eastern, we recap the most intriguing battles of the weekend and give you, the listener, an opportunity to voice your opinion on the battle by calling into the show and talking with our panelists. Are you ready for the only interactive show in the world for HBCU marching bands? Then check us out Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern at blogtalkradio.com/marchingpodcast. That's Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern at blogtalkradio.com/marchingpodcast. The 90 Degree Show, the world's first and only interactive HBCU band podcast show.
All right. Excuse me. All right, we're back live. And yeah, like I said, we'll have the lines open for anyone to call in, but if not, we'll go ahead and wrap up the show. We're going to be posting a blog post pretty soon about an upcoming idea. I have to give shout out to Jerome Forrest out there, a.k.a. Black Caesar. Dog team, you know who you are. But yeah, we're going to start posting some of these shows on video. I'm going to at least have a backdrop, at least have some representation from schools and other businesses or whatever it has when we produce our show. So some of these shows will be broadcast, I guess they say simulcast in video, and while we're listening to it here on Blog Talk Radio. We'll probably do it through our YouTube channel that we have now, and we're really excited about that. So more information coming with that in our blog post. So check out blog.themarchingpodcast.com for any more information regarding that. So just look out for that soon. We probably won't get any calls. Not projecting any calls. We have about 5 minutes left. So we'll go ahead and wrap up the end of the show. We want to appreciate William Thomas for his time, and we really want to appreciate Texas Brass Band. You guys go check them out down there in the Texas area. Again, check out our website and donate what's in your heart to themarchingpodcast.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Thanks to you for listening. And remember, the eye is a better pupil and more willing than the ear. Advice may be misleading, but examples are always clear. See you next time.